To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it. Be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Drill's getting his feet down.
Rise. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion. Now a play fake here on 1st down. His throw incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, Michael Roberts there. Hill, and running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation. That position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
And he'll get into the end zone as a 2-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure he's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And the play clock's running down. On 1st and 10, Smith over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Offense.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now Smith. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with
that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Back to throw. Stafford. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. William Hayes in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense, but now
keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Melvin Gordon with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he knocks it through.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Stafford on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. It's a short one here. Complete to throwing on first down. Stafford throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, do all those things, but once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there for number 15. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, complete. That's Robbins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first down, Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Stafford looks to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown. Detroit. Jermaine Kearse, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Throwing again at Stafford. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve. And
you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing now, Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Smith. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they'll indeed take a knee. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3 there, but clearly anything helps when you're trying to salt one away here in the 4th.
Without a doubt, I think a touchdown would have been the final nail. But 3 does give them some breathing room and lets them build up a little cushion.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Now Stafford. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I remember a coach told me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least